Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's edition of The Hub. I'm joined today by Taffy. Taffy, can you please introduce yourself so that you get acquainted?
Thanks, Jafet. My name is Takuzwa Takeza Tafirei, and I'm the programs officer here at Ngabazwe Community Radio Station.
All right. You said Kabazwe is a community radio station. So can you please tell me more about your organization?
Okay. Ngabazwe Community Radio Station is a community initiative. Perhaps I will take you to the legal framework of Zimbabwe, which gives room for the existence of a community radio station. Internationally, it is quite agreeable that everyone got the right to information. Probably if you look at the UN Charter Article 8, it will stipulate that everyone got the right to have access to information and the freedom of expression. The Bonjour Declaration on Broadcasting will tell you about the three-tier broadcasting system. The Zimbabwe Broadcasting Service Act will actually give you the provision of a three-tier broadcasting service. What is a three-tier broadcasting service? There's what we call public broadcasting, probably, which is managed by the government. Then we got the commercial broadcasting, which is probably these are private organizations that are running, like the Midlands FM, the Central Records. Then now talking about the community radio, which is the last. This is an initiative whereby it's a community broadcasting, which has a smaller jurisdiction. For us, we're talking about Gweru. That's a community radio for us. So, why community radio station? A community radio station promotes first the two fundamental rights. Number one, which is access to information. Number two, which is the freedom of expression. But apart from that, it ensures community development, whereby people can have access to relevant information in time and can share their thoughts also in time. I'll give you a good example. Let's take there's a scenario in Goba whereby there's a wild animal that has escaped the park. People need to be aware. Do you really feel it? Do you really think the public broadcasting will be efficient, whereby people in Harare, ABC, there will report that there's such a problem? No, a community radio is very efficient to do that.
Yeah, it seems you are doing quite a lot as an organization. But you mentioned that you are a community radio initiative. What's an initiative?
An initiative. The word initiative is closely related. It says the same thing with the word innovation. It's an ideal which is relevant to meet a specific need or to address a specific problem. So, wherever there is an initiative, first we have to identify a problem. What was the problem? We had to figure out the commercial and the public broadcasting was failing to deliver news in time and have access to news in time and promote probably these two fundamental rights. That's the right to what? Access to information and the freedom of expression. Then we saw it fit as a community radio to say, no, let's have a radio which is closer to the people, which interacts with the people. As in Gabazo we say, we turn community views into sound. Community radio is not owned by us. It's the people's radio station. We don't charge people to do programs because we are there for community and national development. I'm liking one thing that the president is doing right now. He's trying to embrace, the issues to do with national cohesion towards national development. Say, everyone come in. Let's move our country in one direction. And the community radio plays a pivotal role to ensure that. Because if you're talking about command agriculture there in Harare, the president has actually come up with a plan. People, they don't know that. It is us who take the news down to the grassroots. You get all where we are. Yes. Recently, we had a program on the issue whereby the president, when he was doing an interview with Christian Amanpour of CNN on Bloomberg TV, he said that he wants to create the city for the leader of opposition in parliament to suit the Commonwealth standards. We actually predicted that here, through inviting young political scientists to debate. Then after that, you have to tell the people, no, the president is coming up with this move. What does it say? It says to the people probably who are MDC Alliance affiliated, who are probably affiliated to ZANU-PF, said it's time to put off our political labels and rally behind our president and develop our nation. So how can then people participate if they don't have news, they don't have information? Community radio comes and solve that problem and fill in the gap. That's an initiative.
Sounds very interesting. Recently we had a challenge of typhoid outbreak in Gweru. As a radio initiative, what has been your role in it?
On the typhoid issue, we had to create a jingle. I think you know what a jingle is. A small informative advert just to inform the citizens. You know, there is a typhoid outbreak. These are things that you're supposed to do, and these are things that you're not supposed to do. And it was short. We quickly like to share with our listeners on WhatsApp, on Facebook. Then we also have a broadcasting, SMS broadcasting, the internet broadcasting, just like the one which is being used by the Ministry of Health, Child Welfare, the MOCC, where they type a message, then they bulk SMS to the citizens. We also do that, just to alert our citizens. So that's where a community radio station is, to fill in the gap. Before the minister, who was actually the former minister, David Barreira, came to Gweru to talk about effort. Ngabas had already done the work. It was a job well done here. We were already alerting the citizens.
Yeah, I'm really glad that as an initiative, radio initiative, you're doing so much to help the community. In terms of how you guys operate this community initiative, what are some of the challenges that you're facing?
The challenges that we face, the first challenge that we face is community radio stations that are still trying to lobby the government to license community radio stations. For quite a long time there was a blind eye or the political treatment over this issue. Some had a bad allegation on community radio stations that they are there to spearhead the regime change agenda, which is not quite true, because we are apolitical. We are not affiliated to any political party. We are just there for the community and for our government, to be more precise. When the president is doing something which is very good for the citizens, it is the duty of the community radio to tell the citizens that the president is working there, the cabinet is working there, the MPs are working there, the councillors, despite which political affiliation, we don't care. That's the first challenge. We are being treated as a political institution, whereas we are not. But I'm very sure that the president is trying to embrace the issues to do with constitutionalism, and I'm very sure that community radios, they are close to get their licenses. They are close. We have seen the events of freedom of expression, how it was exercised during the election time. People are allowed, people that can freely discuss, unlike the previous time where we had President Robert Mugabe. Something that we really are appreciating as an institution that believes in democracy, as an organization that believes in constitutionalism. Then obviously, if you don't have access to your work, sometimes you might not reach the audience the way you want. Not everyone is on WhatsApp, not everyone get access to internet. Looking at the economic situation, you know, people to say, let me get $1 to buy internet, or to get $1 buy bread, they will just go for bread. I think you agree with me. That's the other challenge. Then the other thing that we think, if a community radio station is licensed, it will actually inspire our volunteers to work more. The community to come and fund the initiative. It's not our initiative. We are not funded by any donor from us. No, it's the initiative of the people. So it is the people who come and pump their money in this solution that solve their problem. It's more like a social entrepreneurship problem. Saying, we have a community need here, and this is a community solution. So that's the other challenge that we face. Then obviously, we face hassles here and there to maintain the space, rentals, and but we're trying to manage.
Right. You say something about facing challenges when it comes to meeting your expenses. What then, as an initiative, are you doing to cover that gap?
Currently, what we have been trying to do is to lobby local organizations to help them in doing marketing for their organizations, and they also give us something which is not probably solely for profit, but something which is for community development. I always love to emphasize on the word community development, because perhaps I'll talk about Gweru Resident and Payers Association. They want to inform citizens about that there's going to be lack of water through the interaction with the council. They come in, we assist them with their water. Okay, we are giving you probably $5 to make sure that you broadcast your service on Facebook, which is quite good. And sometimes you always have people who like ideas, who say, you guys are doing a good work for the community. Why not you having these $20 to support some of your work? We would not like to say people, we survive on charity. It's not charity to us. People are giving back to their community because it is their initiative. We are just there to maybe to stabilize the ship, but it is them that drive the ship.
Right. Thank you, Tafi. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for this week's edition of The Hub.